Hey guys, Ares here. Gonna do a super short video explaining how to DPS as an Assassination rogue for PvE. So, that's going to be raiding, dungeons, progression, character progression, leveling up, and yeah, so I wanted to do this just because there are a lot of people who still don't understand where an Assassination rogue's damage comes from. And, I guess that's partly because of the 90s free 90 boost, but just gonna explain that really quickly. Now, something I want to mention is because I'm level 100, because I have the perk for Slice and Dice. My Slice and Dice is now passive, but I just wanted to say that you still want to be using Slice and Dice and keeping that up in fights before you have this, before you have it as a passive. Yeah, so there's really no difference that actually happens because you'll have Slice and Dice up anyways. But if you don't have that perk, try to apply Slice and Dice with as few combo points as possible. Just because your Envenom will refresh it to its max duration, which is 36 seconds. So you don't want to be pumping 5 combo points into Slice and Dice if it'll get its full duration off of 1 combo point or 2 combo points anyways. So maximize your energy, maximize your combo points efficiency. And put that more into as many ruptures as possible. Now, the thing that you'll be doing is keeping your Slice and Dice up, and then keeping as many targets ruptured as possible. You want to be prioritizing your rupture first. So it's not an actual rotation, it's more of a priority base, or priority system, where it's rupture with Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice, people put it higher, but honestly it's not that important if the mob is 3, 4, 5 monsters or enemies in it. So prioritize rupture as much as you can, and then Slice and Dice to get, just to have your Slice and Dice rolling, and then use your Envenom to reset your Slice and Dice and to increase the poison application chance off of your deadly poison. You'll be running deadly poison. You can run leeching poison as your non-lethal for progression, for not raid progression, but for leveling up your tune. Just because you can pull an area and just stay relatively healthy off of that. And yeah, so that's all that there really is. I wanted to open this quickly to just show you what Venomous Wounds actually does. And here you can see each time your Rupture deals damage, your poisons on the target have a 100% chance to deal 40% of your attack power as additional nature damage. And you regain 10 energy. And then when the target dies and your rupture is on them, you gain up to 120 energy, so up to all of your energy, depending on the duration of a rupture. So sometimes what you might do is see the target with, you'll have a couple combo points ready to go, and you'll just rupture them right away, right as they die, so you can get full energy. So that's a little bit of a trick, but then we look at rupture, and we see that when you you have poison, blah blah blah, nature damage, and grants you 10 energy. No, it doesn't say how often it damages them, but I'll assume just a second, but it might scale up with your haste, I'm not sure. But, you'll open, you'll go ambush, mutilate, rupture, you'll have combo points, you'll use, not death from above, that's usually where I put Slice and Dice, but you'll use Slice and Dice, and then it's just keeping your rupture up. You see it's still up there for 10 seconds, so I'll just try and keep Envenom up as long as I can. And then when it's about to run out, I mistimed that a little bit, but you get 5 combo points and you rupture them again. You don't want to be rupturing too often, just try and keep it 5 combo points. That way you don't have to keep rupturing them. So the idea here is you'll have them ruptured for the 26 seconds, or 32 seconds. And then you'll switch to another target and you'll start attacking them. And then you'll keep switching and keep cycling them and keeping rupture up on as many targets as possible. That way you can be applying as many instances of grievous wounds as possible. And that's where a lot of your damage is coming from. It's not grievous wounds, this isn't LOL, venomous wounds as possible. And that's where a lot of your damage comes from as an Assassination rogue. So you'll have multiple targets ruptured with as many stacks of venomous wounds going off as possible, as you're keeping your basic attack or auto attack damage and attack speed as high as possible off of your Slice and Dice. And then, obviously make sure you're interrupting. You have 3 or 4 interrupt maybe even 5 if you want to vanish and cheap shot. But again, that's mainly in raids and stuff. That's your job as a rogue. You know, you want to be kidney shotting, you want to be kicking, you want to be gouging and blinding them. So, you know, if there's something to be cast or something to be channeled, anything like that, you want to make sure you can interrupt that. And it's also really, really good as a rogue because you have all of this periodic damage off of your poisons, off of your rupture, off of your venomous wounds, even off of your kidney shot if you're taking internal bleeding. Don't use Garrote. Garrote is only used as the silence. Its bleed effect isn't really that great. And then obviously on boss fights, open with Vendetta. It's on a 1-minute cooldown, or a 2-minute cooldown rather, and it's 1-minute duration or 30-second duration. So you can use that multiple times in a draw no boss fight if you're raiding. It gives you lots and lots of damages. And yeah, so this is really all you do as an Assassination rogue, is you keep Rupture up on as many targets as possible, and this also, again, it gives you time to interrupt, to reposition, to make sure you don't get nuked out by any sort of AoE. But if you do, you still have combat readiness, you still have evasion, and yeah, so once they get below a certain percent, which is 35% health, you basically just want to be spamming Dispatch. And because of your 3, 4, 5 targets that have been ruptured, you're getting between 30 and 50 energy back every time Rupture ticks. So bam, every 2 seconds you'll be getting 50 energy back, which, you know, isn't quite enough to sustain Dispatch, but it's more than enough to allow you to spam it to kill the target, and that gives you a ton of damage. So yeah, so I'm going to stop attacking there, and you know, it shows that Venomous Wounds is 4th after Deadly Poison and Mutilate, but there we go. But if you have multiple targets, there you go, so it's 3rd. If you have multiple targets ruptured with poisons and you're getting a lot of stacks of Venomous Wounds up there, you'll see your DPS just climb and climb and climb and climb, and Venomous Wounds will be 1 or 2. So yeah, so single target, again, you're melee targeting, or melee attacking one person, but you're getting Venomous Wounds, Rupture, Deadly Poison, all of that off of, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets. After 5 targets, you're better off just, you know, Fan of Knives until 5 combo points. Rupture as many as you can. If it's like a bunch of, if there's like 10 very small things and then like 4 large things, you'll Fan of Knives everything until you get combo points up on the target. Then you'll Rupture the larger targets, and then you'll keep Fan of Knivesing until the small ones are dead. You might want to do a Death from Above. You should actually be prioritizing Death from Above as much as possible over Envenom because it's a stronger Envenom. And then maybe you'll throw out a Crimson Tempest. Yeah. And, you know, you'll just do that for AoE, but most of the time, if it's 5 or fewer targets, you'll want to be cycling your Rupture. So, you know, not that hard. Really, really easy. Basically a 3 ability class that you can get a lot of damage out from that. And then also, because your class is so easy to play, relatively easy to play, you'll want to be spending a lot of your downtime not just going combo or mutilate, mutilate, and venom, mutilate, mutilate, and venom, mutilate, mutilate, and venom, but your priority is to make sure people are stunned down, make sure things are being interrupted, making sure people are doing what they should be doing, you know, just paying attention to the fight. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It's not a League of Legends video, but I wanted to make it because I saw that it was an issue that people still have, I guess, even though the game's been out for 10 years. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out Facebook, check out Twitter, and thanks for watching.